They don't want you to take charge because now you're controlling them.
Exactly.
I almost guarantee you. I said earlier that single women keep women single.
Yo.
Because
Dana, did you hear that? Dana, did you hear that? Good night.
It's all throughout our culture. Go back to In Vogue when they had that little lead in. What's going on, girl? It's so and so. You should just leave him. You shouldn't put up with it. Ain't no man worth all that. Ding dong. Oh, I gotta go. That's Kevin. See, when the woman got a man, it's always the single friends that tend to be on the outside telling that what you should and should not accept.
Where did you get these statistics?
BlackDemographics.com.
God damn, he even had an answer for that.
Black statistics for black people by black people. This stuff, black folks are some of the most studied people on the planet.
Real.
Essence,
talk.
the Time Magazine Corporation in 1954 put out a documentary, How to Sell to the Negro.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How to Sell to the Negro. And it was an hour-long scientific breakdown of how to sell to black people's psychology. Mm-hmm. Go look at it. It's on YouTube right now. Men who go out here and work 60, 70, 80 hours, putting in the work in the field, in the office, in the studio, trying to get out here to separate themselves from the competition. I don't have time to come on and try to motivate you to take your ass to the gym when you know that's what I want in the first place. Women know that men want.
Sheldon, little bootleg ass studio.
What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome back to Sheldon's bootleg ass studio, where you come to kick it, vibe out, and shoot the shit with Sheldon. Say if you ain't subscribed to the channel by now, I'm gonna need you to go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and tap that notification bell as well. That way you are amongst those who are notified as soon as I release new content. Also, don't be shy, drop me some in the comment section. That way I can familiarize myself with you and recognize who you are as we are reacting to these videos. And I appreciate each and every last one of my subscribers and my viewers who are not subscribed. So if you drop me some in the comment section and I see it, I will respond to it. You did what I mean? So you better be respectful. So, you know what I'm saying? I will get on your dumb dog ass if you want some dumb ignorant shit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that said, T.I. has sat down with Kevin Samuels, you know, and he has released a unreleased or never before seen interview of Kevin Samuels, and he's just now posting it. And you know, he's dropped some gems in there, if you ask me. So we finna jump off up in this, listen to what Kevin Samuels and T.I. had to say. You did what I mean, and I'm gonna light up my situation while y'all coming in, liking the video, subscribing to the channel. Make sure y'all subscribe to my second channel, Vybez TV. The link will be in the description. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. You dig what I mean? Yeah. We finna jump up in this content right now.
If you ain't fucking with my nigga Sheldon, nigga, fuck you. Yeah.
What's going on? Welcome to Expeditiously, man. I'm your host, T.I. Harris. Here we have discussions that are relevant to the culture, and we have them with people who are relevant to the discussion. My guest today is Kevin Samuels. Thank you so much for being here, brother. He's an image consultant and a relationship expert coach, okay? He hosts a YouTube channel that has garnered over 36 million views with, you know, just a fraction of the subscribers. How many subscribers you got?
Currently, like 335,000, something like that.
330.
So you know this old video, because if you check out the subscriber count right now, bro got like last I checked, it was 1.4 mil, and that was right at his death. So I'm sure it's done went up since then.
35,000, yet over 36 million views. That's an awesome ratio if anybody doesn't know it. He started his company, Life and Style by Kevin Samuels, to help others realize their true potential, both professionally and socially. His company's services include personal shopping, private styling, personal and corporate image consultant, brand integration, wardrobe styling, and media and job interview coaching for clients, including recording artists, entrepreneurs, job seekers, anyone wanting to improve their image. Kevin graduated from the University of Oklahoma with a chemical engineering degree and is now based in Atlanta. Damn. Hey, man, somebody let Hitch hit a joint.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, so what gave you that?
I don't know what T.I. was talking about. That was some old country shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the country, I guess. I mean, I'm from the country, but I guess there was some country shit. I don't know what somebody let Hitch hit a joint is. I was trying to figure that out. When I watched this on my own, I was like, what the fuck is T.I. talking about? Y'all tell me in the comment section. I didn't think to Google it until just now. You know what I'm saying? So
The idea to create the concept of image consulting.
When I was running my boutique advertising agency, part of one of the PR I was doing with a client was an attorney, and they were about to have to pull about 30% of my company's revenue because she had been put up for a judgeship. And I'm sitting there with this woman, and she's like, hey, you've been good for me, but I got to go interview with the governor. I'm one of 4 potential candidates, but I dress like a little Oompa Loompa. I don't know how to do this. I'm sitting there thinking about all the money I'm going to lose. And she said, but you always dress so nice. Is that something you can do? And, you know, brothers are like, ding, 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 ding. Yeah, I can do that because I've helped people shop before.
Okay. But this
like
was
that.
a lady.
This was a woman. This was a woman, but women in my life, you know, I've always been a stylish guy.
Right on.
And I always help my girlfriends, whatever. That would look better than this, such and so forth.
I dress my woman too.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I went and checked, and I said, what is it called when you do this? And it said image consultant. So I said, well, what does it take to be an image consultant? One thing led to another, and I decided me and my partner broke up our advertising agency, and I decided to become an image consultant.
Okay.
And that's kind of how I got into this thing, styling men and women, corporate and professional. And that's kind of what led me to YouTube and everything else.
So where did relation expert coach come from? Relationship expert coach.
That came from, man, I've always been in the mix on relationships. In the 80s, when Shahrazad Ali's Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman came out, it was hot on college campuses. We would all get together where the frat parties would happen. You'd have men and women talking about relationships. And because I'm so passionate about this subject, I would always be helping to lead the discussions. Back in the late 90s when all the poetry slams and Love Jones and all that was going on, we had all these things going on. Right. Relationships, conferences, and
There was a dialogue.
It was always a dialogue.
Yeah.
So how I got here is, let's say you came in as a client. You were like, man, I'm trying to look better for personally and professionally. I want to move up the ladder, this, that. Inevitably, you still got to go out into life. Right. And what so many of my clients were saying is, look, man, I'm looking better, moving better, behaving better, looking better online, but I'm not seeing any women out here on my new level. And I'm starting
Your new level. So he already, you know, understood that he had leveled himself up, and he wasn't meeting. But why was it that women on that level wasn't recognizing him in the same light?
Well, see, guys have always been told, I don't want no scrubs, you got to do better, ain't nothing going on with the rent.
No romance.
No romance.
No finance.
So dudes have always been hip to the fact that we need to improve, but coincidentally, when I'd have women come in, I noticed that many of my female clients were more problematic.
Now, what made them problematic? Now, why do you say that? Because it's very important that you put some context on that, especially when referring to black women.
All right, what made them problematic is, one, the expectations for what I, as a mere mortal, could produce as an image consultant. I can help you look better, but I can't find you Boaz. And you thought you was going to pay for an hour of consulting. I'm supposed to restyle you from head to toe and find you a husband, all for the low, low price of $59.99. So I started talking about what these guys want, and women were kind of shocked.
Damn.
That's just really what happened. They were shocked.
Okay, I've seen a few of your shows, man, and you know, you
notice how T.I. said he's seen a few of his shows. He's seen a few of his shows. He didn't say I seen a few clips. I didn't see bits and pieces or none of that, kind of just like what Lisa Ray said to Ice Cube. If you watch my video when I broke down their reasons on why they said what they said about Kevin Samuels, I had a video of an interview that Kevin Samuels was reacting to with Vivica and Ice Cube, and how Vivica and them was attacking Ice Cube. Lisa Ray jumped in and she was like, I saw clips of your interview with Roland Martin. Clips. You saw clips. You didn't watch the whole thing. You didn't ask questions. You didn't ask valid questions. But, you know, T.I. said he saw shows. That means he watched it from beginning to end or enough to catch the gist of what he was putting out, his message.
Everything you say is based in logic, you know, and you know, some opinion. Mm-hmm. But why is it so abrasive? Why does it seem so harsh? Because that's what they call you.
Yeah.
Or mean.
Well, like I said,
because this is what they call
if I
you.
was Gordon Ramsay, I could be a multimillionaire and have multiple spinoffs. I'd be praised for it. If I was Simon Cowell, I would make American Idol.
Or Howard Stern.
We're not used to black men speaking passionately, directly, factually, and standing on their square.
Nah, that ain't happening, Jack.
So
that ain't happening out
saying
here.
Truths. You want to get there, honestly. If I were not a black man, I probably wouldn't be getting the pushback I'm getting because what I'm saying is not verifiable. And it's not observable. It's just that, how dare you say that?
Damn.
And I have shows where I've talked in the most nice, positive ways, and it's still...
It don't resonate.
Never going to be enough for some people.
It don't resonate.
Well, you never seem angry. You never seem like vile, or you know, even disrespectful. It's just direct
and the truth hurt.
Opposition to the woman. And
the truth hurt, man.
Introducing her to the need to change things about her that she may feel someone should accept.
And here's the thing.
About right.
What I tell people is, you don't have to do anything. But the world doesn't owe you understanding. You don't need to change a thing. You can do whatever you want. But you cannot expect people just to say, come as I am, because we wouldn't expect it from men.
Right.
The lack of so many functional, happy relationships in the black community, we don't see it modeled. So we don't see... Last people we saw was Mama, Big Mama, and Pawpaw. Most of us didn't have Mama and Daddy.
Right.
So we see situationships.
That's what I'm so thankful for my parents, man. Oh my God, I'm thankful for my parents, man. I got two solid parents, my biological mother and my biological father. I say this a lot because a lot of us aren't blessed to have that. Whatever happened with our parents, you know, be it premature death, or they just not being here, not being together for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? So I'm so thankful for my parents, man. They instilled a whole lot of value and moral in me. And so what Kevin Samuels is pretty much preaching, I understand it just like that. I understood it without no hesitation because I saw love firsthand. I know what it is. My dad was there all the way and still is 100% in my life. You know what I'm saying? Always and forever. So I know what discipline is. I know what tough love is. I know what affection is. And I speak on these things because what Kevin Samuels is doing is telling you the blunt truth. And it doesn't matter what race you are. A lot of people try to say that he's a hypocrite. He wasn't a black activist. He wasn't out here preaching, hey, black man marry a black woman. He was telling people, whoever called in on his show, about the reality of what they are seeking. And then, even before that, he was just speaking on a whole lot of general context when he was just doing videos faced with his camera. You know what I'm saying? So people just find ways to nitpick about what it is that they dislike, and instead of taking it and applying it and listening and trying to use it for good, or if it doesn't even apply to you. Some of this shit don't even apply to you, but you making it about yourself. Maybe it does, but, you know, they say hit dogs holler. But, yeah, we don't get to see that a lot. We don't get to see the model, and that's why a lot of people disrespect black men because, one, black men weren't raised by black men. They were raised by single mothers on a holistic level around here. So they don't know how to be a man themselves on some parts. And also, on the flip side of that, black women don't even know how to respect a black man the ones who wasn't raised by a black man, who didn't have that in their life. And so they don't know how to cater to a black man. They don't know how to fit his needs because they was always told you are a strong black woman and you don't need a man for nothing. Only culture of people that tell their young girls that is us.
Rom-coms. We see, we grew up with 80s R&B,
90s R&B.
90s, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, when I'm going to give you all this
Jodeci.
and I'm going to give you the moon and this. And it's like,
Yeah.
all right, but what was the woman's part in all that? It was never...
Well, they had Superwoman, you know what I mean? Karen White.
But she said, I'm not your superwoman. She didn't... They said...
But, man, my good buddy's... good Pastor Duval, Lil Duval. He said something earlier today.
Right.
Actually, he posted it, and it blew my mind. It was very simple. However, it was concise and very true. He said,
See how with these big
women
words.
go from, why don't you just plan it for us, to all we ever do is what you want to do so fast.
Yep.
You dig what I'm saying? And that I'm like, whoa. They're like, and then I called him to discuss it with him. He said, yeah, man, I went through that with my old lady. Listen, at first, it was why they want you to take charge. They want someone who they can trust that they know will take charge and take matters into their own hand. They want
So they
to
say.
plan everything for them to where they ain't got to worry about it. And then, some kind of way, without you even knowing, their expectations shift to where they don't want you to plan anymore.
Right.
They don't want you to take charge because now you're controlling them.
Exactly.
I almost guarantee you. I said earlier that single women keep women single.
Yeah.
Because if,
Singer Dana, did you hear that? Singer Dana, did you hear that? Good night.
because it's all throughout our culture.
Take your time, Reverend.
It's all throughout our culture. Go back to In Vogue when they had that little lead in. What's going on, girl? It's so and so. You should just leave him. You shouldn't put up with it. Ain't no man worth all that. Ding dong. Oh, I gotta go. That's Kevin. See, when the woman got a man, it's always the single friends.
Light skinned Keisha, man. I seen the video. I wanted to cover it so bad, man. Light skinned Keisha, she trill. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen. I wish her and her relationship. I wish her and her dude. Millions of years of happiness together. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, if you don't know who light skinned Keisha is, anyway, she said that whenever her dude called her and he need her for whatever reason and it's time to go, it's time to go. And like it or not, her girlfriends, they got at least 10 to 20 minutes before she wrap it up with them. And then she heading out, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like he called on her to tell her to come home. It's just he may be leaving his function too, and he letting her know, hey, babe, I'm leaving. I'm about to head to the crib, yada, yada, yada. Boom, she on that same old note. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that. But you got a lot of people who love misery, and what they say, misery love company. Yo.
They tend to be on the outside telling that what you should and should not accept. But you ask her,
Tell my wife to come in here.
where's your wedding ring and your husband?
Get my wife in here. Get my damn wife in here.
So,
Where is she? Yes, please. Okay.
so you get women who at the 1 minute, I love him because he does everything, but you got a woman in there. Yeah, he's trying to control. Girl, that's what this is. Oh, that's what that is. Oh, that's narcissistic. Like, and many women are gonna hate that I say it. Women care more about the opinion of their friends than they do about men. This is why.
Very true.
If you're familiar with like cult leaders or what was his name? Helter Skelter.
Okay.
Charles Manson.
Okay.
Charles Manson was able to control those women simply because he wasn't a good-looking dude.
Right.
He was a skinny little weirdo. But what he did is he had all these women, and let's just say she got out of line. He'd say, I'm gonna throw you out.
Right.
I'm going to throw you out. And the woman would be losing her girlfriends or friends. So he would use the opinion of the group to control the women.
So T.I. just asked him how did he come up with his infamous rating scale technique and all of that good stuff. And so he's breaking it down and explaining it now.
About like people always has the most attractive man, attractive woman. I try to use, in the back of the day, I used people that weren't current, so it wouldn't be so volatile. So I would say like Pam Grier. You know, amazing body. It was a dress size 8, by the way, with all them curves. 8.
Still fine.
And I said, you know, I said she's an 8. There are brothers who will knock me down and say, no, she's a 10. And I'm like, 2 points, the face and then the body part. And then
the face and the body part. What body part?
The body is in order to rank high, you need to have a fitness component. So you can see I have a woman with an attractive face, but if her body's not attractive or is out of shape.
But what, like, let's just say like Lizzo. Lizzo, she's a plus size woman, but she has a beautiful face. She's talented.
Tip had to
she's
do
smart.
it.
She's, you know what I'm saying?
He had to bring Lizzo up.
Charismatic.
And the fact that we got to say all that matters.
What you mean?
We don't do all that
but
shit.
she got such a beautiful personality,
But we
though.
we don't judge personality on Miss America until we get to the questions.
Oh,
I mean, and see, the thing is, we grown. We used to know how to do this, and we got this whole PC acceptance. Everybody get a trophy culture.
Real talk.
And now,
But I think it's somebody out there.
Real
See, this is
talk.
what I think. When people say, you know, like when you say high value men, high value women, I think regardless of your social status or your financial status, it's somebody out here for everybody.
I disagree.
I think that
me tell you
every
why I
soul has a
agree.
mate.
Let me tell you why I disagree.
It's just that whether or not you will accept the mate that your soul had, you know, paired with it before y'all left wherever we was before we came here. Sometimes your soulmate could be slapping you in your face, but your own idea of what you want for yourself, you're telling the universe what
That man
you
preaching
will
right
and won't
now.
have, instead of
That man
looking at
tip.
what the universe has presented to you as yours truly. I think that is more so the problem.
I agree.
There's somebody out here for everybody. We just won't accept it.
Well, I think from the point
you
you're
think?
making, I can understand where you're coming
you
from.
think, OG?
But from a number standpoint, it don't work. Let's look in the black community. If every of age marriageable black man married every of age marriageable black woman, there would still be 2 million black women left.
Damn.
Females outnumber males on this planet, so there is not somebody for everybody. That's what I mean. We understand what
Okay.
it should be, but the numbers say no. And here's the other thing.
That's true.
There's somebody for everybody, but the problem is this whole high
Ladies,
value
I'm
man.
trying.
According to the statistics, I mean, females do outnumber males. So, I mean,
Point is, you go to black women and say, what do you want? Or women, period, because most women want this, but sisters more than anything else have a different mating calculus than most women.
whew, they gotta have it all.
You'd be amazed how many women
Queens, huh?
would not be willing to accept men who are blue collar, even if they made more money.
What?
Brother, this goes deep. So at the
Is it about the money or is it about the look?
it's about how her friends will perceive her
It's
man.
about how her friends will perceive her man.
It all comes back home.
Ladies,
man.
say this shit ain't so.
Say it ain't so.
Somebody come in here and say this shit ain't so.
In the black community, I tell women, if you want a good man, the majority of men making over 6 figures got a truck.
Damn.
Damn sure do, man.
And the dudes that's in the
Man.
suits got a bill.
On
Man,
God.
there's so much success though. I mean, I think I don't know where did you get these statistics?
Blackdemographics.com.
God damn, he even had an answer for that.
Black statistics for black people by black people. This stuff. Black folks are some of the most studied people on the planet.
Real
Essence,
talk.
the Time Magazine Corporation in 1954 put out a documentary, How to Sell to the Negro.
Yep.
How to Sell to the Negro. And it was an hour-long scientific breakdown of how to sell to black people's psychology. Go look at it. It's on YouTube right now.
The problem is, what we're going out there and looking for is
Talk to us.
people who are strong in the ways that we are strong.
Okay.
True
A
shit.
lot of time, I think that, you know, the idea is for us to accompany each other and fill the void and compensate for the strengths and weaknesses that the other has.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I think
yeah.
that, you know, that is the issue. I think we are expecting the same things from each other. Like opposites
true.
attract. They say that for a reason.
Real
If
talk.
if you like
Ain't
to talk,
nobody listening.
then you need a man who like to listen. You know what I'm saying? If you like to cook, you need a man like to eat.
Yo, I like that.
You did.
I like that. I just look
feel
like this,
if you're
y'all.
good
I just look like this. I like
being
to eat.
organized and doing the bills and handling the money, then you need someone who's, probably more of an extrovert and can, speak for you at parties when you don't want to speak, or, you know what I mean? Y'all need to accompany each other. And I think that's a huge issue for us.
Men who go out here and work 60, 70, 80 hours, putting in the work in the field, in the office, in the studio, trying to get out here to separate themselves from the competition. I don't have time to come on and try to motivate you to take your ass to the gym when you know that's what I want in the first place. Women know that men want women that are fit.
I mean,
and women want. This is gonna be tough, man. But y'all sitting back like, yeah, say it, tell the truth, tell it, cause it's true, and they know it's true. And I have so many men.
man,
of all stripes who are
ain't nothing wrong with that.
truth. Please tell it, because.
How many times have you heard a woman say that she want a man that's tall, dark, and handsome, 6-pack, all this with making 6 figures, yada yada this, yada yada that. You know what I'm saying? Men have what they like to and what they want as well. You dig what I mean? But when we get the voice in that, it's a big old, oh, you shaming folks, you yada yada yada, you mean, you harsh. It's a whole lot of that going on.
That I've, also just kind of tossed around, in my philosophy. You said women have killed chivalry. Mm-hmm. And what I took it kind of a step further by saying I think that there is no difference in chivalry and chauvinism. The same elements apply.
Well, yeah.
How so, Till?
Doing something because you feel like a woman shouldn't do it. Mm-hmm. Now, why you feel like that woman shouldn't do it, or the intention or the spirit behind why that woman should do it. Like, hey, let me open that door for you. Women shouldn't do that.
Right.
Hey, let me pull out your chair. Women shouldn't do that. Hey, let me pay this bill. Mm-hmm. Women shouldn't do that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Versus, hey, let me get that high-ranking position in the military. Women shouldn't do that. Mm-hmm. Hey, let me get this corner office and CEO position, because women shouldn't do that. So chivalry and chauvinism have the same elements, lots of the same elements. It is the intention and how it is applied
I can see what he's
that
saying.
separates them.
Yeah, and human beings know how this works. I mean...
Don't assume anything.
Well, here's the funny thing, and when I say this, I'm part of Generation X, okay? For thousands of years of recorded history, men and women have pretty much known how to do this. To lesser or varying degrees, but we've had inventions and civilization. We're not farmers anymore or hunter-gatherers. We built buildings, airplanes. We got it figured out. But then along came the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and we came up with all these new ideas of how we should do things. And we used to accept that men and women were different, and that didn't make us less worthy. We're just different. Now we have a world to where it's like, well, we're all the same, and we're not the same. And we're trying to reimagine. There are people who want to reimagine how men and women should interact.
Now, I want you to speak on that, but I want you to do it in the presence of my dear, dear friend, respected, long-time colleague and constituent, Single Dina. Please come in.
Single Dina, everybody.
Single Dina, please come on. Welcome to Expeditiously. Welcome back to Expeditiously.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Now,
so happy to be here.
Right on. We're so happy to have you. Now, you've had quite the time to research Mr. Kevin Samuels.
I have. It's been very interesting.
Because listen, so I put Single Dina up on your show, and I told her, I say, hey, find him. We need to sit down.
Okay.
And ever since then, she's been sending me excerpts.
Every night, I just get in my bed and I watch these videos.
And you watch this man in your bed alone.
Just tearing into women, just left and right.
Tearing, but you're coming back. Are you a pain freak? Because if it was painful, you would have no reason to return.
It's interesting. It's a perspective that we don't hear often, and I feel like it's almost like, how you hear a lot about like women empowerment. It's like a new male men empowerment kind of thing. He's
Testosterone
speaking up
getting to you.
for the men that don't necessarily get to say these things.
But is it the honesty?
Look up.
Is it that you relate to it? Is it that you agree with it? Is it that you so much disagree with it and you hate
Look at
it?
his face.
Like, what is it that keeps you coming back for more?
I think it's a mixture of all of it. I would say that I feel like we could be a little
Man,
bit
maybe it's the
more.
gas.
I've
I'm
said
gonna light
this
it up
to you
again.
before. A little bit more, less harsh with our
There we go.
words.
With the
and
loose
our
heart.
could or
yes.
you could?
No, he could.
He could, but what would that accomplish if he
Well,
was?
that's why people like it, because he gets down and dirty real fast.
But it's not
That man Kevin said
why you call
nothing
it
to
down and dirty?
accomplish
I mean,
nothing.
The words have been used.
Why
Direct.
can't it be up
Direct.
and
Well,
honest?
well,
You know what I'm saying?
direct.
Why can't
Very
it be up and
direct.
honest?
Well, here's the thing. Tear
Exactly.
into women, harsh.
The
What
vocabulary.
we call ain't nothing going on but the rent. You gotta have a
Harsh.
JOB if you want to be with me.
When most men lack the
If you can't provide, then you can't get inside. You understand what I'm saying? Women got shit that they will only accept if you can meet criteria. You dig what I mean? So what's the difference with men? Like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you so upset when somebody say, hey, listen, a man don't want this. That type of man that you say you want, 9 times out of 10, those type of men don't want this. So you need to be able to do this, do that, go and change this about yourself, and then maybe you may have a chance. But who am I?
the exposure to certain opportunities that would yield them the benefits to
Like, I don't want
reach
no scrubs,
such a
right?
standard.
I don't
Listen
want
to
the
him
thing
with
is,
these big
and,
words.
you know, harsh. What would
Listen
we
to that tip,
call
y'all.
Ain't nothing going on but the rent. You gotta have a JOB if you want to be with me.
When most men lack the exposure to certain opportunities that would yield them the benefits
Right.
to
Like, I don't want
reach
no scrubs,
such a
right?
standard.
I don't want. The thing
Right.
is, and you know,
I can't with you.
put a ring on it. Women have had the freedom to speak their minds
Right.
directly, honestly, in film,
And then ain't nothing
print.
wrong with it. You know?
in media, for
Ain't nobody
especially black
crying.
women, unopposed for the better part of 50 years.
I was gonna say not that long, because they were suppressed for a little
I mean,
bit.
Shame,
women-
insults,
Hey.
guilt, the need
Sure.
to be right.
And this is what I
the
always
correcting
say.
of men all the time.
No, I was
Yeah.
just saying, because women for so long did not
Sign
have a
language.
voice.
Sign
Black
language.
women have never been oppressed
Shame,
by black men.
insults, guilt,
I
and the
said
need
black
to be
women.
right.
Black women have never had that problem with their men.
Women of color.
At
I mean,
all.
I'm specifically talking about black women in this case, and that's what. Here's the thing: when women say what they want,
Listen, man, y'all need to get rid of that. Women were suppressed. Black women were suppressed. Yada yada yada. Black men didn't do that. We was in the same boat with y'all. We didn't have no power to systematically give you a job, keep you out of a job, deny you a job, or hire you. We had no power to do so. We had to get out here and do what we could our damn selves. So all of that, women were suppressed and yada yada yada. That is hoopla. Y'all need to go and fight the real white supremacists about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why y'all hollering at us about that? That's not our situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? Y'all want to put that on us as if all men was doing that. Do y'all not understand that black men was fighting the same fight that black women was fighting in the 60s? But who am I?
Did not
Sign
have a
language.
voice.
Sign
black
language.
women have never been oppressed
Shame,
by black
insults, guilt,
men. I
and
said
need
black
to be
women.
right.
And black women have never had that problem with their men.
Women of color.
I mean, I'm specifically talking about black women in this case, and that's what. Here's the thing: when women say what they want to say about, I don't date a short man. You got little D energy. I mean, y'all got.
You can say it here, little dick
I
energy.
mean, y'all got. I mean, you
can say it here.
the women are praised for saying it, but when I
Yeah.
actually speak to women who volunteer to call into my show to
Right.
ask me my advice or my opinion,
Right.
then all of a sudden I'm being harsh.
Sheldon, little bootleg ass studio.
Well, there you have it, man. Rest in peace to the OG Kevin Samuels, you understand what I'm saying? And shout out to T.I. for that gym right there, man. You did what I mean. If you vibed all the way out to the end, I really do appreciate you. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section, man. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button on your way out and subscribe to the channel as well. You dig what I mean? Yo. Oh, by the way, this I have this link in the description as well if you want to check out the full interview, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, make sure you subscribe to my second channel as well, VybezCast TV. The link will be in the description as well. So yeah. Till next time, I'm SheldonVybez. Y'all be cool like the other side of the pillow. Stay light on your toes like you're supposed, and
If you ain't fucking with my nigga Sheldon, nigga, fuck you. Yeah.
Oh God.